Okay, I just created the Zoom link, so let me share with everyone. Okay, Zoom ID sent. So today I'm going to start from the very first homework, and I'm going to let you guys tell me if you have any trouble with any of the problems, okay? So that's what we're going to do. So today is the day to tell me all your problems. I'm not leaving today till I solve all your problems. And you all are satisfied with the problems I solve. So the first homework was 0.1, right? So I am looking at 0.1 right now. Is there any of these sections in 0.1 that someone doesn't understand how to do it? Can you guys from home hear me? Did you hear what I said before or not? I was saying a lot of stuff. So I'm starting with homework 0.1, the first homework. So you guys have to tell me if you have any problem there. So go to homework 0.1 and let me know if there is any problem in homework 0.1 that you do not understand. Are you all going through 0.1? Are you guys going through 0.1 right now? Go to your files, go to homework 0.1. I don't want to hear any excuses during the exam. Oh, I didn't know how to do this. I didn't know how to do that. So is there a problem with 0.1? Somebody said number 11. Okay, number 11 says rewrite the following radical expression in exponential form. So it's just x to the 3 divided by 5, x to the power 3 over 5. Is that okay? So 3 over 5 becomes the power because you have the fifth root. Is that okay? Anything that's in the root is the one in the bottom of the power. Anything inside the square root. So I'll write that out for number 11. So number 11, homework assignment 0.1. Number 11 says to express the fifth root of x cubed. So this is x to the 3, and then the fifth root stays under. So it's x to the power 3 over 5. Is that clear? Does anyone have any other problem? Yes, 3 over 5 is a power. So x stays down, 3 over 5 stays up. Is that clear, Chaz? Okay, any other problem in 0.1? Okay. You have to speak now or remain silent forever, okay? So let's go to homework 0.2. I'm opening homework 0.2 now. Does anyone have any problem in homework 0.2? Expressing u, expressing y in u. Number 11 in 0.2. Y equals 1 over, I did this in class, but I'll do it again. Y equals 1 over the cube root of 2x plus 3 squared. So this is the same as 1 all over 2x plus 3 to the power of 2 over 3. Is that clear? So I express the cube root as the square, just like I do this guy. Is that okay? And then this can now be my u. 1 over u to the 2 over 3. Is that okay? So my u is 2x plus 3, and my y is 1 over u to the 2 over 3, or if you like, u to the minus 2 over 3, whatever. Is that okay? And I said that day you can do it in 2. You can say, okay, this is your u, and your v is cube root of u, and your y is 1 over v. Is that okay? You can do that, but they want you to do only one. They don't want you to do 2 different ones. Is that okay? Is that clear now for number 11? Jake, is number 11 clear? Good. Any other problem in 0.2? 0.2, are we good? You should expect at least 4 to 5 problems from every homework, at least 4 to 5 problems. Is that okay? So watch out. Okay, homework number next. These things are hiding from me. So I have 0.1, 0.2. The next is 1.1, right? So do we have any problem in 1.1? Finding the range and domain of each function? Any trouble in 1.1? Yes. So doing the unit review is a good way to get ready for it, because I told you in class, I am going to give you the exact same problems from the unit review. Is that clear? I won't bring any strange problems. I won't bring any strange problems from outside. If I'm going to bring strange problems from outside, then this wouldn't matter, because you don't know what I'm going to give to you. Is that okay? And then it's more scary that way. So I want you to be less scary. All I want you to know is understand what's in. If you understand what's in the unit homework, then I'm comfortable that you can follow my class. Is that okay? I don't want to do too much external stuff. I'm not trying to test your brain, how smart you are. I just want to test how much you understand from the class. Is that okay? I know you guys are all smart, smarter than me maybe, okay? So Daniel, do you get that? Somebody said number 3, Charles Janke, number 3. So what are the things that you can't have for the domain? So if X is 3, you're going to have infinity, right? So you don't want infinity to be there. So X cannot be 3. Is that okay? But X can be anything else. Is that okay? Apart from 3. So your domain for number 3 says f of t equals 1 over 4 over 3 minus t. Is that okay? So if I have 3 here, I'll have infinity. I don't want that. Is that okay? So the domain would be anything from minus infinity to 3. Is that okay? But does not include 3. That's what the curly bracket means. Doesn't include 3. I mean what do you call this ones? The parentheses. So 3 is not included. Negative infinity is not included. Anything else. And also, this is union, as in plus, anything from infinity to 3. From 3 to infinity. Is that okay? So this will be your domain. Anything X within this will work. Is that okay? Then for your range, when this is 3, you're going to have 0, right? You don't want that. Is that okay? So for your range, you're going to have anything from minus infinity to 0, union anything from 0 to plus infinity. So all those answers are allowed. You can get all those answers for f of t for your range. Is that okay? Is that clear? So if you put 3 here, 3 minus 3 is 0. Anything over 0 is infinity. So do you get that, Charles Janke? Good. Okay, we've looked at 3 units. I think we have 3 more to go, or 2 more to go. So let's take a look. I'm going to 1.2. So we have 1.2, 1.4, and 1.5. Is that okay? So now we're in 1.2. Finding f of g of x. This is another simple one. Is that not? F of g of something, f of, is that okay? Is there anybody having problem with 1.2? I already told you guys, I won't ask you any questions with graphs. So I know some of the graphs are quite confusing. Don't worry about those. Is that okay? Those are not really required for what we're about to do, okay? So I'll ask equations, I'll ask algebraic problems in the exams, in the homework, but I will not ask a graphical problem. So does anybody have a question in 1.2? Oh, we are good. Yes, f of x and f of g of x. Yes, that's what 1.2 is. You plug in stuff, exactly, Jake Vela. Yeah, exactly, that's what we do. Okay, somebody says number 2. Number 2 is find f of g of h. So first of all, let's find g of h. Is that okay? Let's find g of h. So I'll write everything out. Oh, this thing has started misbehaving again. Okay, thank goodness it's working. Oh. So I'm doing number 2 in homework 1.2. So number 2 says f of x is square root of x plus 1. G of x is 1 over x plus 4. And h of x is 1 over x. So we're asked to find f of g of h. Is that okay? So first of all, let's find g of h. G of h is 1 over, instead of x, now I have 1 over x plus 4. Is that okay? Is that okay? That's g of h. Now let's do f of g of h. So I put this in f of x. So square root of x plus 1 becomes square root of 1 over x plus 4 plus 1. And that's it. So you can simplify if you want. You can simplify further. So this becomes square root of 1 over x, 1 plus 4x plus 1. So this is square root of 1 over 1 plus 4x over x plus 1. So x can go up. X over 1 plus 4x plus 1. You can keep going if you like. Is that okay? So you can do 4x plus 1 under, and you do on top, you know. But if you do up to this part, I'm okay. If you do up to this part, I'm fine. I know you understand what you're doing. I don't need the algebra that's left, okay? Okay. That's 1.2. Now I'm going to 1.4. So for 1.4, don't worry about the graphs. So finding limit as x tends to infinity. So don't worry about negative infinity or positive infinity, is the same thing. So as x tends to infinity, you know what to do, right? You divide by the highest power of x, and then anything that has x under goes to 0 after you divide by the highest power of x. And whatever is constant is left. And that's it. We did this a lot the last time. So any problem here in 1.4? 1.4, are we good for 1.4? Limit as x tends to infinity. Can I see one? Okay. So 1.4, let's do number 4. 1.4. As x tends to infinity, 10x to the 5 plus x4 plus 31 over x6. 10x to the 5 plus x4 plus 31 over x to the power 6. We are asked to evaluate limit as x tends to infinity. So what's the highest power? X to the power 6, right? So I divide up and down by x to the power 6. So this becomes limit as x tends to infinity, 10x to the 5 over x to the 6 plus x to the 4 over x to the 6 plus 31 over x to the 6 over x to the 6 over x to the 6. Is that okay? So x to the 6 over x to the 6 will give me 1. So this becomes limit as x tends to infinity, 10 over x plus 1 over x squared plus 31 over x6 over 1. Is that okay? And then limits as x tends to infinity of anything that is left that has x under all goes to 0. So this is all 0 over 1. So the answer there is 0. Is that clear, Jake? Jake Vela, is that clear? By the highest power. So if it was x to the 7, whatever was highest power of x, I divide up and down by that. And then anything that has x under, I wrote a formula if you were there in my last class, that limit as x tends to infinity of anything over x is 0. So that's what is now making all these guys to go to 0. Is that okay? It's pretty straightforward. So in fact, I'm going to make the first exam up to this point. I won't add the continuity, okay? The continuity is just there. I just treated that yesterday. So forget about continuity up to limits of infinity till the first homework. That's when we're going to have the first exam tomorrow. So you guys get ready and it should be pretty simple. Yeah, so I've said limit for a real number. We've done that. Limit for a real number. We've done that several times. Is that not? Remember the limit we did? Where I say, for example, for a real number, thank you for reminding me that it's there inside one of the homeworks. 1.3, right? Did I miss it? Oh, sorry, I missed 1.3. Okay. So it's 1.3. So limit as x tends to 1 of x plus 1 over x plus 2. So you just put 1 here, right? So you get 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 2. This 2 over 3, fine. But if I say limit as x tends to 2 of x squared minus 4 over x minus 2, you put 2 there. But when you put 2 here, you're going to have 0 over 0. I told you once you have 0 over 0, it means do something else. You don't want 0 over 0. You don't want undefined. So we try to simplify the problem in a different way. So I do difference of 2 squared. This is limit as x tends to 2 of x squared minus 2 squared over x minus 2. X minus 2, x plus 2, difference of 2 squared over x minus 2. And then I can cancel out x minus 2. It becomes 2 plus 2. The answer becomes 4. Yeah, you just plug in numbers, except if you plug in numbers, you get 0 over 0, then you have to do a different way. It could be a quadratic equation, so you have to factorize or whatever, find a different way to solve the problem. You can get 0. What you don't want to get, I can give you, say, limit as x tends to 1 of x minus 1 over x plus 1. This will give us 0 over 2, 0. This is acceptable. 0 is an acceptable answer. What is not an acceptable answer is 0 over 0. Is that okay? 0 over 0 is what, that is undefined exactly. That is what we don't want to get. But every other thing is possible. Is that okay? Yeah, 1 over 0 we don't want to get also, but it's a deeper calculus I don't want to go into. Sometimes 1 over 0 is acceptable, but 0 over 0 is never acceptable. Is that okay? But let's not go into, I won't give you any problems that are complicated. Are we good? Okay. Since you guys are all ready for the exam, everybody should have 100%. If you don't have 100% tomorrow, you're not my friend. Okay. Okay, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. So you can do the exam virtually. You don't have to come. Even if you're supposed to come, you just want to stay home, it's fine. You can do it from home. If you want to come, it's fine. You can do it here. If you don't want to come, do it at home. I'll open the class the normal time and send the exams to you guys, okay? So just be on Zoom, turn your video on. Is that okay? I'll be watching you while you take the exam. When you finish, take a picture of what you did and send to my email on LMS or Canvas or Outlook, whichever one. Is that okay? So the exam is going to be the same time for class, 50 minutes. So the exam will start at 11. Before 11, I'll open the Zoom and send the exam for you guys. You start by 11. By 11:50, you finish. Before noon, make sure you have everything put together and sent to me. After noon, I won't accept any submission. Is that okay? So don't worry, there's no test anxiety here. You only have test anxiety when you don't know what's going to come. Now you know what's going to come. So just relax and practice. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Have a good one. All the homeworks we've done so far, 0.1, 0.2, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, no 1.5. 1.5 is the continuity one. Don't worry about that one, okay? So I'll see you guys. Have a good one. Bye, yeah.